Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. I'm Daniel Whittington. I am the Chancellor at Wizard Academy and Whiskey Marketing School. And we're going to drink another gift on Hidden Drams Day, where we try a whiskey that you probably cannot get your hands on. This was given to us by, once again, Level 4 Whiskey Sommelier Teresa Smith. Who's also Canadian Whiskey Smiths on the interwebs. You can find her website. She does tastings, does brand events, all kinds of cool. This one I had heard about, and I was thinking maybe I should try to get my hands on one. And then the next time Teresa showed up, she brought a bottle. So bam, there you go. This is a brand called Turntable. It is Allie and Gordon Stevenson, who are creating a new company of blended scotch. And as you can tell, their theme, because Turntable, is all about vinyl albums and tracks and, song names and stuff like that. Which, for me, feels like it's kind of great. That's right down my home plate. This one is the third track, 2023 collection, Purple Haze, running in my brain. Excuse me while I kiss this guy. It's the wrong lyrics videos. So they had a bunch of brand experience in history, the guys who started this. And this was their own thing, doing something new. They blend and then let them sit in a cask for at least 3 months before they bottle to sort of marry everything together. And even better, they give you everything they possibly can about what's in this blend. Very compass box style, right? Which is, just warms the cockles of my heart. This is an unpeated release. This is 42% Craigellachie Oloroso Sherry. Hell yeah. 44% Balmanic Pedro Menez. Yeah, sounds good to me. And 14% Invergordon Sherry Barrel. I'm guessing that 14% Invergordon is where the grain whiskey is, which is why it's a blended scotch and not a blended malt. Because I don't think Balmanic, or I know Craigellachie doesn't. Anyway, so we've got 14% grain whiskey and 86% malt whiskey. I am disproportionately looking forward to smelling this. Oh yeah. Let's do a little happy dance. It smells good. This is home plate. This is just right over home plate. For what I love about the sherry forward whiskeys and the grain, it doesn't make it brittle and thin on the nose. It just makes it like someone took a spotlight and aimed it down into it, because it just makes it a little bit shiny and bright, but not brittle. I think Craigellachie is one of the most underrated whiskeys. Craigellachie 13 is glorious, especially for just a great standard, dependable, delicious pour. So I love that there's Craigellachie in this. Balmanic I don't have as much experience with, but what I do have in the vault I like. This is dense fruit. This is almonds, dark chocolate, marzipan, fig. Oh. Dates, like a lighter note than the fig. There's a little bit of allspice almost. A sort of scent, like baked goods spices kind of floating around behind there. But really it's just really fruity but bright. And now we're going to try it. Ooh. Okay. I wanted that to sort of just be clingy and oily and spread across everything, and it didn't. I think that's probably the grain whiskey. What's the proof? 46, that's reasonable proof. It's lighter, softer, a little more delicate. The nose is an explosion of goodness, and the palate is really good. So there's a little bit for me of a drop in delivery on the palate. But let me let it sit for a second. I love that so many people right now are, and I think if you want to know the upside of the fact that the whiskey industry has a little bit too many barrels and not enough solid plans for all of those barrels. For the next 5 years plus, I think we are going to be living in a really great era of new independent bottlers bringing single barrel releases out and new blends, because you're going to have all these new companies who are able to get their hands on all these different barrels and blend them together because there's excess barrels everywhere. So prepare yourself for what I think might be like the new era of blends. Now, the first era in the world of blended whiskey taking over everything was, you know, the origins of Chivas, Dewar's, Johnny Walker, and so on, right? And it dominated the planet for 100+ years, still, to this day, still. Late 1800s, mid 1800s to now. We are, I think, on the cusp of a whole other round of blended whiskeys from all over the world in all categories that are blending for flavor and depth and not just bulk consumption. So saddle up. I think we're all in for it. It's going to be good. Hell, I might join that. I might join that crew. The nose is still super candy, very shiny. I switched it around a little more, and I got a little bit more earth this time. I'm going to add a few drops of water into this, see if that sort of cracks some things open. Once again, the palate is nice and very drinkable, but that nose was so dramatic. I was really looking for richness on the palate, and it just sort of delivered at about 60% of what I was hoping for. I like the nose even more with a little bit of water. The nuttiness and the earthiness sort of creeps through from the, like, in sherry you can sometimes get these sort of fainty notes. And by fainty, I mean faints, like of a cut. And in the sherry is, you know, anyway. Low-end, funky, sulfury, fainty, earthy, darker notes, not just sweet. And with a little bit of water, those notes come forward a little bit. It gets more tobacco-y and less fruity. But like aromatic tobacco. Oh, okay. With a little water, a little bit of a peppery zest shows up, and it's still not as rich and oily as I would like, but it does get a little bit more sparkly and interesting. So I would add just a drop of water to this, probably taking it down to 43 from 46, in a volume of that anyway. But still a very interesting and very grateful for this gift. Thank you, Teresa. And I hope that was enjoyable for you guys. Happy Friday. I don't know when these videos are releasing, because Valentine's is coming up. I probably need to pay attention to that. But I'm really glad you're here. Cheers to you. Out! How are the turntables? And if you like turntables, then this is the right channel for you. Like and subscribe.